I somehow bamboozled my way into online school when I was in 10th grade, which I proceeded to outsource on Upwork for $65 a week. Great trade. Since I hired someone to do my school, I took that newfound time and happiness and I used that time to build my e-commerce company. 8 months later, I was doing over $50,000 a month in pure profit. Fast forward to today, I'm 22 and I could retire tonight if I wanted to, but please make sure you hear the right message from this. It's not because I have some big pile of money that I can retire on. It's because of these two simple things that I really want to drive home in this video. Number one is my business that would still pay me even if I left. Now, if I completely walked away, my income would probably drop in half from the business. And to be honest, it's something I'm working on, where I can fully remove myself and the business still runs and grows on its own. It's a very hard thing to do. And the second thing is I learned how to invest diligently. So all the money I was making went into real estate, which not only gives me cash flow every month, but I also get huge tax incentives from that. Even if I walked away, it would pay me for the rest of my life. So I love the real estate with how consistent it is. I do nothing. I haven't been here in 6 months. My team's been renovating it and re-renting it. And this video is in no way to brag, but to be honest and show a different side of life and a different path that you can take that I chose to do. I'm extremely grateful to be where I am. I've worked long days over the last 5 years to get there. It's been not an easy journey, but it's definitely been worth it. So after hiring out all my school, the VA I had doing that eventually had to quit. So all of my grades very quickly went to Fs. Like we're talking 7%, 12%, just terrible grades. My parents said you either have to redo it and go back to school or you can't live in the house. And in my mind, going to school, it wasn't even an option, like going back and putting all the focus on that. So I moved out. At 17, I moved to California. The thing I want to point out is I had 6 figures in the bank, the business was printing money, and it was growing month over month. So it wasn't like as big of a worry for me. I'm glad I made the choice I did, but I'm a little more grateful that my parents allowed me to make that decision, because without it, definitely wouldn't be where I am today. They knew I was making money, they just didn't know how much, so they were a little concerned when I actually did move out. So I bought this for $560,000. This was, it's a 4-plex. Rents were about $700 when we bought it. I think we put a lot of money into it. Now the rents are $13.95 per unit. Cash flowing about 25 to 30 grand a year with 200,000 into it. A lot of great options in real estate. This is a great property. And this is the second property just a couple blocks away that I bought from the same investor that I bought that other one from. It's the only property I've ever flipped. We made some good money. I'm not a flipper, but the opportunity was there and I didn't want to hold on to it as a rental, so yeah. Now the story gets crazier from there. I'll link the full video down below, but it was my grandpa who co-signed for my first LLC when I was 16. And I said, when I make my first $1 million, I'll buy you your dream car. And so when I was 19 years old and had officially done that after tax, I bought him his dream car, which was a basically brand new BMW X3 M40i. He loves it. He's traded it in, gotten multiple cars since then, but it was such a cool thing to be able to do that for him. It meant a lot to me. So again, you can find the full video showing the finance journey and all the money along the way linked below, but I want to focus on the school aspect of it in this video because there's a big issue I see today with people who are trying to get into business and who are interested in entrepreneurship that want to drop out of school to start a business. I want to make something very clear. You don't drop out to start a business. You drop out because of your business.
We started a company together while he was in college. I convinced him to drop out. Full stop.
Why?
Why did I drop out?
Yes.
Kieran and I's business, we launched it. We went from 0 to 6 figures run rates in about 7 days. And so I was like, okay, this is like a much better opportunity than what I'm doing in school. And I was like, peace.
He dropped out because the business was doing well to focus on it. He didn't drop out to start the business. Hear that loud and clear. If you didn't do that while you're in school, you're definitely not going to do it once you're out of school. So just get it done now. Now, the reason I put so much attention on making money at a young age when people are just like having fun, messing around with their friends, was because I realized 2 things about myself really early on. Number one, I hated not having options, whether it's like buying a car or something expensive or as simple as going to Chipotle. Like all of that matters to me. Whether I make the decision or not is kind of irrelevant, but I wanted the option, and money means more options in most scenarios.
You think you're making more money than your frat bros right now?
I think all of them by a good multiple.
A lot, yeah.
Well, the thing is, I roomed with a dentist, a doctor, and 4 engineers. Oh. So they all make good money. Like, I don't know if I would say I make more than all of them combined, because that's just a dick thing to say.
So that's why I was always trying to make money, mowing lawns, shoveling snow, whatever it was, flipping stuff on eBay. And then for 2 years when I was making money, I decided I didn't want to spend any money. So I got these company shirts. And this is the only thing I wore, nothing else, for 2 years. You can go back on my YouTube channel, and unless it was a special occasion, then I'd obviously break out the Will Ferrell shirt. But other than that, it was company shirts that were $9 a piece. You know, tried to make as much and save as much as possible just because I was afraid of losing it. I originally sold our family Xbox to get a few $100 while I was first starting my business. And I didn't play a lot since, still don't play a lot, but I will absolutely smack anybody in Black Ops 2. Any other game, I'm less than useless. So the second thing I learned about myself is since I wasn't very good at school, I wouldn't have gotten into a good college. So I would have had to go to community college for about 2 years, which I probably wouldn't have gotten good grades there. So I couldn't transfer into a main university. That means you're gonna get a bad job, not have a great school record. So I knew I was kind of guaranteed to not get what I wanted in life if I went that way. So again, very grateful I had the opportunity to not pursue that path. Cornhole is an accuracy game. So is life. You're judged not necessarily by how right you are, but how you deliver that message, how right you are in a project, the size of a market. It's fun in business too, because how right you are and how well you can get that message out determines how much money you make. I was paid very well based on how right I was. And I'm pretty good at cornhole too. Oh, now we're really getting it going. Oh my God. Forget it. For some reason it's shoulder day, but every day should be bicep day. All right, we just hit a sick workout. I'm about to do some cold plunge. 2 massive rebuttals I get. It's actually the reason why I don't really talk to one side of my family. They look down on me for not having gone to school. Number one, is you're missing out on experiences. And look, man, I'm golfing without a club here, you know? I'll tell you, I've had the most incredible experiences. I would have had fun in school too, but I mean, partying with everyone, like Wiz Khalifa performed at my friend's birthday party, all the influencers, every YouTuber you can ever think of, going to all these parties, traveling all these countries, dozens of places, and taking all these flights and trips. It's been the most incredible experience, surrounded by, which is the most important part, the most amazing people. All right, so Kieran, you want to give people a quick intro of what you do, and then let's talk about how school has impacted that positively or negatively.
My name is Kieran O'Brien. I'm 23 years old. Started like 4 or 5 companies now. Just sold my most recent one, software company in the influencer marketing analytics space. So I literally skipped my high school graduation to go to Miami for the first time with some of my friends. And then the next school year I went there and I picked up my diploma.
Number 2, they say you're missing out on the opportunity to meet a lot of people. And while if you go to an Ivy League school like Harvard, which let me tell you, I definitely was not going to get into, there's still a lot of things that you can do. So I've been able to meet incredible people. You didn't go to college though, right?
I didn't.
Do you think you would have met more or less quality people going to school versus doing what you do now?
Dude, it's not even a question. We just hung out with cool people, cool young people that were doing similar stuff to us. We surrounded ourselves with people like this from day one.
95% of those people have become extremely successful.
Yeah, we keep in touch with almost all of them, the Namrama boys.
Yes, yes. Been able to travel a lot, gone to dozens of countries, booking flights, going to all these events. Not only since I'm not in school, I have the disposable income from the work that I'm doing, so I can pay to go to events and travel and get in the room with the right people and people I want to learn from. So instead of just reading a book, I can go pay 20 grand to go directly to the author if I want. And it's very powerful to not only meet amazing people, but acquire incredible information. All right, what's your name and what do you do?
What's up, guys? My name's Mike, and I do mergers and acquisitions.
Did you go to school, and did you go to school for what you're currently doing?
I did go to school. I went to college, but it was for athletics specifically. I had no idea I was going to be doing mergers and acquisitions when I was in college. I was just in there for a scholarship.
Crazy how life happens. And do you love what you do?
Love what I'm doing. I'm growing with what I'm doing. Yes. That's what I love about it.
The stuff I've learned is invaluable, and that's a skill I now have very early in life. That information can compound over time and give me outsized returns. So, we're in a beautiful place like this. The average rent here is over $6,000 a month. It's incredible entrepreneurs, people making, I have friends living in this building that do $1 million a month. One of them who gets close to that is right here behind me. But again, there's a lot of stuff you can do it so you can meet incredible people. What's your name and how old are you?
My name's Jeff, better known as JR Garage, and I'm 23 now. Yeah.
23. And Jeff, how many cars do you own?
Oh gosh, now it's around 65 actually.
65 cars. Any planes in the mix?
I think 4 planes right now. A couple more on the way. Some upcoming auctions that we're watching.
I love it, and I love this guy. How much did school play a role in what it is you're doing today?
My brother and I had really good grades. We were above 4.0 GPA, highest degrees that our high school offered. So we tried really hard in school. I think the fundamentals of doing your work, being a good student, being punctual with times, I think those were important to where we were at now. But actual business informational skills, no, not much of what we learned there is applying today. But I did have some business classes in my high school, so I was fortunate for that. And I did pick up a few things, but it's very just by the books. It wasn't street smart business.
I love that. This is crazy. there's a lot of stuff you can do it so you can meet incredible people. I'm not saying I wouldn't have had incredible experiences and met great people if I went to school, but when people say that, or you're trying to tell your parents, hey, like, I don't think school is for me, number one, you have to approach it logically. If you're not making money and you don't already have a business, they're not going to be 100% on board because they do want what's best for you.
Taking that gap year and building my business during that 1 year off that I took between high school and college completely changed the trajectory of my life. That's when you and I started hanging out. That's when I met all my friends. The foundation of my network and my business was built during that year. And by the end of it, I was making more money than my parents, which was the deal that we had. I said, if I can get to a certain amount of revenue with this business that I want to start, and I can like surpass, you know, like your income, I made this deal with my dad. I'm like, then you'll let me just not go to college.
He probably thought that was impossible.
He did, yeah, for sure. It was a point of contention for the first like 6 months. I definitely got into some arguments with my parents about it. When I hit like a 6-figure run rate, when I was like past 10K a month in revenue with the business, I would show my parents my bank statements. I would show them like my Stripe account, and they were like, oh, wow, he actually like figured it out.
It might feel like they're holding you back. This is what I felt when I was 17. Like, hey, you're holding me back. You're not letting me leave school. But when I was 16, I wasn't making any money. So like in hindsight, they were looking out for my best interest. So you have to make sure that you are leading the charge with being logical. Remove the emotion from that. Can you support yourself? So I'm very grateful to be in the position that I was, but I had all these great experiences, and oh man, I could get into the stories of the craziest amount of influencers doing insanely inappropriate stuff at all these parties in LA and traveling overseas, and models in Bali that are flying in from Australia and private jets to Hawaii, like while still building the business that's done over $25 million in sales, building a real estate portfolio. For me, the location is very important, the freedom, the choice. That's something that matters to me. Again, whether I take it or not. But man, oh man, I mean, look at a place like this. Absolutely incredible, beautiful view of the mountains. We just enjoyed a nice sunset. Gonna hit the hot tub and then have a nice barbecue with another dozen friends or so. You know, it's an incredible life. I continue to work hard. Grateful for the position I'm in. I continue to learn every single day. You guys ready to hit the cold plunge? Do it, bro. It's first one. I'm here with Bridger, and he's about to attempt a beautiful 3-minute cold plunge. How you feeling?
Big.
All right. This is an incredible cold plunge.
It's 39 degrees. The key is the breath work at the beginning.
It always feels incredible. Let's go. It's truly all breath work. Infinity ice cold plunge right next to the hot tub. Beautiful.
And I'm thinking about back when my ancestors were Vikings, and they used to swim in this cold water just to get a sea lion for dinner.
Just to get a pump.
Just to get some food for the kids.
He's just going for it.
Dude, it's fucking cold. It's cold, bro. Dude, you gotta embrace the pain, bro. Not what you want, bro.
Eventually you'll just relax and just only be breathing 3 hours. All right, you guys, we've got a crazy moon right now. I'm about to hit the 8-minute mark in the cold plunge at 33 degrees.
He's having a heart
It's
attack.
8 minutes. It's really all in the breath work. Not even about the cortisol spike at this point. Mental fortitude is more beneficial. All right. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a very different style. I wanted to let you guys know I'm now spending thousands of dollars on each YouTube video because I don't care about the money. I have a message that I want to get out, and I want to showcase it in a unique way. So let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about the video. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these coming up here soon. And as always, just remember, even if you don't believe in you, I believe in you. I know that you can do it if you do the right things for a long enough period of time. Take care, my friends.